Welcome to the Big Ree and Ace Pick 6. Today we'll be discussing all NBA trades and NBA All-Star Weekend. So the first trade we're going to start out with is the Clippers trading Blake Griffin. The Pistons received Blake Griffin, Willie Reed, and Bryce Johnson. Clippers received Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, Boban Marjanovic, 2018 first round and second round pick. I'll let Ace take over.
This trade, obviously a very surprising trade. I don't think anybody saw this coming, especially after the Clippers re-signed Blake to that max extension over the summer. But you know what? Do we expect anything different from the Clippers? The Clippers, a couple 5-6 years ago when they started Lob City with DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, and brought on CP3. First time the Clippers were relevant in a long, long time, or even in their franchise history. And they have not met expectations. Let's be perfectly honest. CP3 bolted this summer, and they couldn't get past the second round. And honestly, being a Clipper fan and just very disappointed with this trade. But at the end of the day, management felt this was the best decision to send Blake away. But that's not going to solve their problems. I've said all along, the coach Doc Rivers is the big problem here. He doesn't know what he's doing. No clue at all. And, they got Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, a 2018 first round pick that's going to be probably in the late, teens to early 20s. They got some talent, but they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to re-sign Bradley, Tobias Harris. They basically traded Griffin for Tobias Harris and a first round pick. Definitely Pistons won this trade. You got Blake Griffin in his prime. And, Detroit, they're not attracting too many big-name free agents, especially with likes of Blake Griffin. So I like this trade for Pistons. The Clippers organization's going nowhere. They're going downhill. Probably be a lottery team next year. All right, Big Ree, what do you think?
Yeah, I disagree here. I think Clippers won this trade. Even with Blake, they weren't going anywhere. Blake is not a leader. He's not taking his team anywhere. Chris Paul left in free agency, so I think that's where they met it. And they felt they had to deal it. Tobias Harris is a really good offensive player. Avery Bradley, I do think they're going to re-sign him. And that first round pick, they don't have any picks since they traded them all away. And I just see the Clippers winning this one, but I think the Pistons wanted to go over the edge and get Blake because they wanted to make a push for the playoffs as the 9th seed right now, battling with Philly for the playoff spot. So now we'll move on to the next trade, with the Chicago Bulls dealing Nikola Mirotic to the Pelicans. The Pelicans received Nikola Mirotic and a 2018 second-round pick. The Bulls received Omar Ashik, Tony Allen, Jameer Nelson, who was later traded to the Pistons, and a trade exception and a 2018 first-round pick. I'll pass it on to Ace.
I really, really like this trade for the Pelicans. Nikola Mirotic is a big deal. He's underrated. When he came back with the Bulls, they went on their streak. They started winning games. They were being competitive in every game. And, I really like their core right now that they have. And obviously, Boogie went out, and that was a big deal. They finally started to play really good with DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis getting some chemistry. They got Drew Holiday at the point guard, and you add Mirotic there. That's a really big deal. I wish Boogie was healthy because I think they could claim that 4 or 5 seed with that team and really, make it hard for some of those, first or second seeds to get past that first round. And Bulls, they're obviously going nowhere. They got a lot of young talent, and they just wanted to pick up another first-round pick, But I think they should have kept Mirotic. Unfortunately, in today's NBA, teams are either title contenders or they're tanking and just getting rid of young players and veterans and just trying to build for the future. So that's why they did this. But I like this trade for the Pelicans.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Ace here. It seems like the Bulls just dumped him off. Omar Ashik, he's okay. He's a bench player. Tony Allen, what is he? Just a defender at this point. And they traded Jameer Nelson, so I really don't know what they got here. Pelicans, a huge win for them. Nikola Mirotic, big deal. They needed it because Boogie went out for the season, so they needed him. He's a great scorer. He's going to help them out. He reminds me of Ryan Anderson, who they had last season, or the season before. Sorry about that. So now we're going to move on to the trade deadlines of the day. The one that surprised me and probably surprised a lot of people the most. Cavs sending Isaiah Thomas to the Lakers. The Cleveland Cavaliers received Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. The Los Angeles Lakers received Channing Frye, Isaiah Thomas, and a 2018 first-round pick. Ace?
All right, well, you know what? I really, really like this trade for the Cavs. The Cavs got Jordan Clarkson, who's a nice young talent, on a friendly contract with $12 million a year. And Larry Nance Jr. is a defensive stud, and I think his game is progressing a lot. So I really like this for the Cavs. Lakers got Isaiah Thomas, who nobody's going to pay the max contract. Isaiah's 5'8". The guy had a nice season last year in Boston, but he's not a franchise player. He's not even a number 2, to be honest. I don't like his game at all. I think he played well in that system, but I don't like his game. Channing Frye, that's just a dump in. Yeah, Lakers got a 2018 first-round pick from the Cavs. Going to be a late first-round pick. Nobody cares. Unfortunately, everyone's talking about, Lakers won this trade, and they were able to dump some contract to sign some max players. Dump what contract? You had a friendly contract for Clarkson on $12 million a year, a young player. I think Magic Johnson doesn't know what the hell he's doing there. He's been dumping all the young talent that they've been drafted over the last few years. Magic shouldn't even be in the position that he is. The Cavs won this by far. But with the other trades that they made, they're definitely going to win the East, no doubt. And I think they actually have a chance to, give whoever comes out of the West, because it's not guaranteed to be Golden State, a nice run. Do you agree?
Yeah, it seems like Lakers were just dumping them here. Being a Laker fan here, I'm not sure about the trade, but I trust Magic. Larry Nance was thrown in as a sweet piece. They just wanted to dump Clarkson's contract. As Ace mentioned, they're going after free agents this season and next season, so they wanted to dump Clarkson's contract. Isaiah, he went from being third in the MVP voting to a starter, and now he's going to be a backup once Lonzo comes back. So that guy, he'll be lucky to get $8 million a year. And Channing Frye, he's gone free agency, so they pretty much just dumped them for nothing. I really don't know. I don't like it. I think Cleveland, wins it. Clarkson's playing well. Nance looks good, and now we're going to talk about the other players that they got in a 3-team deal with Utah, Sacramento, and Cleveland. The Cavs received George Hill and Rodney Hood. The Kings received Joe Johnson, who was waived and signed by the Rockets, Iman Shumpert, and a 2020 second-round pick. The Jazz received Jay Crowder and D. Rose.
Well, let's start off with the Cavs. The Cavs got George Hill and Rodney Hood. Not a huge fan of George Hill. Everyone's saying that, he can defend both the guard positions. Okay, the guy had a solid year in Utah last year, but then it was a complete bust this year in Sacramento. Complete bust. And, he's getting older. He's been in the league for a while. I'm not too excited about this pickup, to be honest, and I don't see too much coming from him. Obviously, I think the other players that the Cavs picked up are going to make more of a difference. I really like Rodney Hood for the Cavs. That guy is a, offensive machine. He can go off. If you watched him when he was in Utah, he had games with 25, 30 here and there, so he can go off. And, unfortunately with Utah, he was expected to be, one of the top options, whereas Cleveland, that's not going to be the case. He's going to be a lot more relaxed and come in. He is going to be the key to this trade for Cleveland, and I think he's going to do really well. I like this for Cleveland. The Kings received Joe Johnson, who they've already bought out and is probably going to sign with the Rockets. Iman Shumpert, that guy's career is done. He's got no offensive skills. He can't shoot worth crap, and that's why Cleveland had no reason to dump him. He got lucky to get that $10 million a year contract from the Cavs, but that guy sucks. And then Jazz received Jay Crowder. I really like his game. He didn't fit in with Cleveland. I think Jeff Green was taking more of his minutes, to be honest, and he needs to go to a team where he can focus on defense, and then he can just kind of be a third, fourth piece. So I like him. They got D. Rose as well, which they've already, waived. I'm a big D. Rose fan, obviously, with Chicago. He's an MVP. And he actually played really well last year with the Knicks, averaging about 18, 4 and 4 on 47% field goals. It didn't work out because obviously he's not handling the ball in Cleveland, but he didn't play bad. He averaged about 10 points a game. So I'm really hoping that he can, someone can pick him up, some contender. He can get 20 to 25 minutes a game and show what he can do and actually contribute. So, I think the Jazz came out well with Crowder. The Cavs came out well, and Kings just were trying to dump George Hill because he wasn't happy. You agree?
Yeah, Cavs are the biggest winner of this trade. They pretty much just dumped everyone. Derrick Rose, he wasn't helping at all. He was hurt most of the season. Shumpert wasn't really that good. Just defender, and Jay Crowder is the only relevant player in this trade who they had to give up, and they got Rodney Hood and George Hill, big winners, and I don't see Utah had okay, and Sacramento just dumping them. And now we're going to talk about Saturday's events. We're going into the skills challenge. We got the favorite Lou Williams at 3.5 to 1, Buddy Hield 4 to 1, Jamal Murray 4.5 to 1, Al Horford 5 to 1, Joel Embiid 6 to 1, Spencer Dwindle 6 to 1, Larry Markkinen 8 to 1, and Andre Drummond 10 to 1.
Skills challenge obviously showcases overall skills on the basketball court for a lot of these players. That's why these guards are, the leading favorites to win this. And I'm going to stick with the guards, to be perfectly honest with you. The only big man that I can see maybe even doing anything is Al Horford here. But if I would pick two people, to be perfectly honest, I'd pick Lou Williams and Buddy Hield. I really think those are the top two, and I would take Lou Williams. This is his year. He's playing lights out right now. All-Star game is in Los Angeles. He's representing the Clippers. And so I like Lou Williams to win this. Big Ree?
I like Jamal Murray here. He's been coming up. He's been playing very well. But you never know with the skills challenge. Anyone can win this. Even a center can win. But yeah, now we're headed to a three-point contest. Klay Thompson starting out the favorite at +175. We got Paul George at 4.5 to 1. Eric Gordon 5 to 1. Devin Booker 6 to 1. Wayne Ellington 8 to 1. Bradley Beal 9 to 1. Kyle Lowry 10 to 1. And Tobias Harris 12 to 1.
3-point contest, guys. Obviously, this is probably one of my favorite events here. And there's, a lot of good shooters here, but let's be honest. Tobias Harris, he's not winning this for sure. No chance. Kyle Lowry has played this contest many years. He's not winning. I'll tell you that right now. Ellington is a newcomer. They threw him in. He's not going to win it either. No chance. Paul George is definitely not winning. So you take all four of them out for sure. That means the four people that are going to even make any splash here are, one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson, Eric Gordon, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. I think the finals is going to go down to Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. I like Devin Booker to win this. This guy's a young stud. He's on the showcase right now. He's going to show everybody what's going on. I like Devin Booker. Take Devin Booker.
I'm going with Eric Gordon here. He's one of the best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters. He gets a lot of open shots with James Harden taking a lot of the shots. So I'm going with Eric Gordon 5 to 1. Last, we got the best for last dunk contest. We got Dennis Smith Jr. at +140, Donovan Mitchell at +250, Larry Nance Jr. at +275, and Victor Oladipo at +500.
Dunk contest, guys. Obviously, the dunk contest has changed. It's all about creativity here. And I wish they had more contestants, to be honest, but they don't. But, out of the four people here, I don't think Oladipo is going to win. Obviously, I know he's coming back, but I don't think he's going to win. I don't think Donovan Mitchell, I really like his game, but I don't think he's winning the dunk contest. I think it's going to go down to Dennis Smith Jr. and Larry Nance Jr. And I think really Dennis Smith is a shorter player, so when he dunks, it just looks a lot better. And he's a rookie. Usually a lot of these rookies win these. I'm taking Dennis Smith Jr. from Dallas. Big Ree?
I'm going with Donovan Mitchell here. I've just been impressed by his dunks overall throughout the season. 2.5 to 1. And yeah, now final we got the All-Star game. Team Steph versus Team LeBron. We got the over/under at 300. So I'll let Ace go from here.
I think the idea of having captains and letting them pick their teams and mixing and matching the conferences was a good idea. The All-Star game has been boring for a long time now. Nobody cares. Nobody takes it seriously. So I think this is a good change up, and I think people actually want to win now that they got picked by certain captains, and they want that those teams want to win. It's still not going to be an all-out competitive game, but it's going to be a lot more competitive. And then also, I think they upped the ante. The winning team is each player gets 100K. The losing team gets 25. So that's a big difference there. So these guys want to get that extra cash and get that 100K. You know what? I'm going with Team LeBron to win this one. So, you agree?
It's a tough one. Team LeBron looks better on paper, but Team Steph has a lot of three-point shooters. But yeah, I'm just going to go with Team LeBron and the over 300. Enjoy All-Star Weekend, guys. Peace out.
All right, peace.